Hello. Okay, so in this video I'm going to talk about 301 redirects. So let's get started here. What a 301 redirect is a way to change the URL from one address to another. So let's go to my blog. And where we find the common occurrences of this is when you're rebuilding a site. If you're going from WordPress to WordPress, it happens less. But even in that case, pages get added, and you want to map from one to the other. There's two reasons you want to do this. The first one is for natural organic SEO, and the second one is for bookmarks. So if you've rebuilt your site, let's say I've bookmarked my favorite Shane Web Guy blog, and the URL changes to something else, that user will no longer be able to find that page. So I'm not going to go into great detail on how to do the 301. I'll kind of touch on some of the different ways. htaccess, which is a file normally at the root of the web server, and then in the case of WordPress, there's plenty of plugins that do this. This video is more about strategy. So I use Screaming Frog. It's a great plugin. Now I have the free version. I just noticed it only allows 500 URLs. They're not all pages, as you can see. Let's go up here. You know, any asset or anything that the application spiders as a link will count it against your 500. But so I'm looking at around, it's like 138 pages, and even some of those could probably be cleaned up. I saw a few in there that probably don't serve a useful purpose. So this, at the point you're doing your 301 planning, it's good to probably clean up some of the pages that aren't in use prior to doing it. So what you can do here is you can export this. So I did the scan. So I can start. Okay, I'll do another scan just to show. You pause this while it finishes. Okay, so it's basically done. It did pop up this message. So the paid version it's set in pounds. It's basically back to US dollars. It's basically $200 a year. If you're an agency doing a lot of sites, I see there's value for that. I'm primarily doing web development, so I'm just using the free version. So to export this, you export. I've already exported a version of this. So let's check it out. So this will give this, in my case, maybe not all of them because of that limit, like I said, on the 500. But what I would do now, oops, is create another column. So maybe rename these. So let's say this is current live, and then this one could be current development or dev. And really at the end of the day, these, you could actually probably switch these. It might be easier to have, hold on, let me do that real quick. Okay, so I put the development server on the left. So really you need to go down, figure out what the live address is, or what the development address is, and that would be probably another good one is have two scans, one of your development server, one of your live, and then you'll have to go through and match these up. Now in some cases there will be pages that won't exist on the development, whether they've gotten rid of them or whatever, or new pages added to the development. The new pages won't matter because that won't exist on the live site. But where there's a match, so let's say the About Me goes away and it changes to something else, or maybe it just goes away altogether. That page would either get mapped to the home page or a root a root category page that makes sense. So it's just a matter of going through, coming up with your strategy. And like I said, there's a few ways to implement the 301 redirects themselves, whether htaccess or plugins via the CMS. But I think it's good to have I would use a CSV. This could be uploaded, saved as Excel, uploaded to Google Docs or whatever, and then use this to plan your strategy. So hope that helps. Thanks.